Hello, and welcome back to the GorillaBiker. So today what we're going to talk about is the fact that few people have asked me would I ever do YouTube full time as a job. So yeah, let's get out on the road and discuss. So why the topic of full-time YouTuber? Well, it's not that people have asked me directly, is that, you know, I suppose a lot of people have said, you know, is it the end goal of the channel? And I mean, it's really not. I don't really have an end goal per se. But I want to talk about why, you know, if it came up that it was possible to do as, you know, as a full-time thing, you know, would I do it? Would I take that jump? And there's a multitude of reasons why I think I would or why I think I might not, and that's probably what I'll go through mainly. There's a lot of positives to doing that, is that I would get to do what I love all of the time, full time, which would be awesome, don't get me wrong. But you pass one or two people here. Obviously one positive is, you know, I get to do this, and I love doing this all of the time, but I think that carries with it risks itself. You know, you could get sick of it or whatever else, but that's kind of the main positive. The main positive is I just get to do bike stuff all the time, and there's a couple of reasons why I don't think it's possible, and I'll get into that now. Just because I think they kind of override the positives first. Also, if you can't really hear me well, it's because it is insanely windy today, like crazy windy. But reason number one is I haven't seen many people from this side of the world. Obviously America is a different kettle of fish, but even at that, if you look at the guys who are upper end, who are doing it full time and only that full time, they're very few and far between. You know, not even the likes of Shade Tree Surgeon, who obviously, look at that, who obviously is a huge influence on me. He's not doing it full time, you know. He still has his job, and whichever one is the side gig at this stage, I don't know. Well, obviously at the moment, due to Corona, he is a full-time YouTuber supported by Patreon, and that's the thing. Like, you know, you see guys like that who, in my mind, have been around forever, because I don't remember a time when I watched YouTube at this point that the likes of Shade Tree wasn't there, the likes of Chasing Two Wheels, Do It With Dan, etc. They have been around for so long, and they're the titans of the industry, if you want to call it the industry. I got a big flyer right in the middle of my left eye place. And I don't know, I think it'd be very difficult to compete with them and also displace them. And there's a lot of reasons why I think displacing them would be hard. And a large part of that is the culture around bikes over here. You know, we don't have the same, oh my god, it's so windy. We don't have the same insurance laws. We don't have the same laws for custom bikes. You know, it's a lot harder for me to go and shop the frame and get the bike insured. Now, when I say harder, it's still not, you can still do it. You know, I'm not complaining here. I'm not saying, oh, it's impossible, I can't do it. It is possible, it's very possible. It's just different, that's all. It's just different. One thing that I see as being a difficulty, even if I really wanted to do it full time, one thing that I see as being, oh dear, that's very dirty, being difficult in order to, you know, make it happen, is the fact that there's so many people there already. There's only so much hours in the day to watch YouTube. And, you know, people kind of have their plate full. There's a lot of very good content creators out there. Like, a lot of very good content. And I don't mean just the big guys. Like, for me, if I go and look at the wind. This is insane. It's also kind of cool. It makes the trees look pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. That's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's really cool. But you know, like when I go and look at my subs list, and that's how I watch my videos, I don't look on the home screen, because the home screen, for some reason, still suggests people singing and stuff, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't know why you're suggesting this to me, YouTube. I don't care, okay? Like, my life is les motorbikes and cars. I do also like watching car videos. But you know that I hate to use the word saturated, because I don't think it ever is saturated. I think, oh my god, the wind. I think there's always space for more people in that type of thing, because everyone is so different, you know. All you have to do is find people who like your stuff. It doesn't have to be that many people, and that should, you know, that's I consider myself successful, you know. I have a lot of subscribers, more than I ever thought I'd have, and that to me is success, you know. Yeah, so I think that's definitely one problem to get into it, is the fact that they're all there, and there's so many of them, and they're so good at what they do. Chase on Two Wheels is he makes incredible stuff, you know. All of his content, it's not only good, it's not only well thought out, it's not only well put together, it's just so well produced. I mean, the level of stuff that guy's putting out, and I know he's a team there, but the level of stuff they're putting out is insane. Same as Fort 9, that production quality is incredible. And then, in my opinion, you have your entertainment quality. Pretty. And not that they don't have, you know, really well produced videos as well. They do, but entertainment quality, you got the likes to do it with Dan, you know, Shade Tree Surgeon, etc. There's plenty of people there for that side of things as well. And then you have your smattering of smaller YouTubers like myself, who do what we can with the time and equipment that we have, and obviously the funds in order to invest in stuff. You know, we do our best. I mean, for me, the channel is a massive money sink, because I don't make any money off it whatsoever. Even when you put into account now that I do make money off ad revenue, which is, it's not inconsequential. It's not a lot, it's not inconsequential though. And also that I have the Patreon. You're all legends, by the way. You know, it still doesn't cover what I have invested into my bikes and all that cracking. That's the thing, I haven't done any of that for the channel per se, except the extra cameras and the extra audio and my Premiere Pro license and all that stuff. If I even ever cover just those costs, I will be a happy man. And you know, that I'm absolutely fine with not making money off that stuff, because that's not why I do it. But I think that's another phase gate, or another gate to pass, is the level of investment that you would need in order to get yourself to the level that I think you can grow to such an extent that you can do it full time. But you know, I don't know what is the stumbling block to growth. You know, I look at the likes of T-Bot1 who is doing YouTube full time, and it's like, how in the name of God do you get to that level of subscribers? I think he's what, like 20 times 10 would be 20. Yeah, he's like 20 times the subs I have. Like, how do you do that? How do you make that leap? That is a humongous leap, you know? And that's before you look at any of the rest of them who have, like, you know, 500,000, 600,000, a million, over a million, nearly 2 million, you know, Walterific over 2 million. It's just crazy. And obviously, I think some of it is definitely time invested, which, you know, I'm going to keep investing time. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not going to stop making videos. We're going to go the scenic road, which is also the crappy road, but there's a nice view down here, so why not? And, you know, if it ever comes that I naturally grow to a degree that I'm like, oh, hey, you know, this makes sense to maybe give up my day job now, then I'll do that. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Another negative, I suppose, is a lot of, you know, bike-related stuff is not what, you know, I'm never going to be the guy who's going smacking wing mirrors and stuff. It's just not me. And if I did it, it would be horribly fake and awful, and I probably would be like, yeah, sorry I smacked your wing mirror. I was going for that sweet clickbait for YouTube, you know. So it's unlikely to happen, you know, that way. It won't. And even Shade Tree Surgeon, again, I'm sorry to mention him the whole time. I just like him as a creator. But it's very steep here. I know the camera never makes it look steep, but it is steep. He did a video on, you know, videos going viral. He had one go viral recently enough. where in the car flipped beside him and nearly smushed him. But as he said, you know, there's videos that people ripped that video from YouTube, that section, and shared it and got way more views than he ever got, and probably made lots of money off it. And he's just like, there's no point in going after them all, because you're never going to get them all, which means fair point. It's a fair point. So even if you go viral these days, it's not the same as the olden days where people would be directed to your channel and you'd see big growth. I mean, if that was the case, I have two videos, I have a couple of videos that have over 10,000 views, but I have not even 2,000 subscribers. So that'll tell you how difficult it is to grow now. And it's just, I don't know what to do about it. It's such a pretty view. Look at that. Wow. I'll get it now again. We're going down. This is also extremely steep. Look at that pretty view down in the Carrick on shore. It just makes me really sad whenever I go up there to that like viewpoint area. There's always rubbish there, and it's like, stop littering. It's a pretty place. Stop it. If you litter, you're a dickhead. Interesting obstacle course. I like it. Nice little obstacle there for people. So this is Carrick on Shore. I've been through here a few times on my videos. Also, just as an aside, the reason I'm on this bike coming through Carrick on Shore is I am bringing this bike home to Kilkenny for its new full-time home, because that's where my new full-time home is. And Big J is bringing me back to Cork tomorrow for work, so thank you, Big J, even though he doesn't watch my videos anymore. Not that he ever really watched them, to be honest. Oh well. Now we are crossing the shore over the bridge. Also very pretty. Now that the prettiness is over, back to it. So look, all of those things that I think would make it very difficult for me to become a full-time YouTuber aside, would I do it? Yes, obviously. Look, if the opportunity arose and it was something that I could do, I think I would be completely insane not to give it a go. It's, you know, it's something that, it's kind of like childhood dreams. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? It's like, well, I want to race cars, or I want to ride bikes, or, you know, I want to be a superhero. That is literally where it would be for me if someone was like, hey, do you want to make videos that is literally you doing your favorite thing to do in the world, one of your favorite things to do in the world anyway, I should say. The other things are really boring and you wouldn't like watching them. It's like watching Netflix with toaster and whatnot. But you know, it's up there. It's like it's if I was to pick something, would I be you know, a motovlogger who got to travel all over the world riding bikes and building bikes and stuff, or would I be a superhero who could fly? Honestly, genuinely, I'd pick the motovlogging. But you know, then it comes into the question of, like chasing two wheels, would I get a production crew? Would I do all that stuff? It's like, I don't know. See, the thing about me is I'm weird. I'm a very strange person. And one thing that I really like about my channel is it is entirely mine. Every decision that has gone into it, every bit of every video that I cut out, or that I leave in, or, you know, when I'm laughing at myself, that is every single one of them, it's my decision. And I don't know, no matter how big I was to get, if I ever got very big, etc., big enough to become full-time is what this whole conversation's about, would it be something that, you know, I'd be able to relinquish that? I don't know. And that is something that I think we'd only find out if I ever got there. I suppose to answer the question is, because a couple of people, like I said, have said goal. Is it a goal to become a full-time YouTuber? No. Whoops. Really messed up that gear change. Is it something that I would turn my nose up at and say no to? Absolutely not. I would... If it was a case that I could support whatever situation I was in at that time with, you know, YouTubing full time, I would jump at that opportunity with both feet straight into it. I'd give it a go. But, you know, I don't know will it ever happen. If it does ever happen, thank you for being here, I suppose, at this point, and asking that question, and for the people who said it, the thing about that is, you know, if you said, hey, that I assume that's where you're going, it's like, well, you think I'm good enough to do it? That is a massive compliment, and thank you very much, I appreciate it. But yeah, I hope that answers the question. That no, it's not a goal, but if it was something that happened, it'd be class, and it would be kind of a dream come true. I'm not going to say childhood, because obviously when I was a child, I'm getting old now, so motovlogging didn't exist. But I suppose to put it into words that make sense, it was a dream of mine to be involved in motorsports or in some way, somehow. And if it meant that I could, you know, spend my time recording bike stuff, riding around, going to races, going on bike trips, that would be amazing, and that would be a dream come true. So I hope that answered the question, and I hope that kind of gave you a direction of where my mind is at. This isn't a job to me, this is a hobby. It fills my time. I like editing to an extent. I don't love it. I love riding my bikes. I love working on my bikes. I love talking to people about bikes, etc. You get it. If you have watched this video, thank you very much for watching. As always, very special thanks to all of my patrons. You're all legends. I assume if I ever do go full time, it will be in a large part to the support of people like you. So thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And that's it, really. So if you have any questions or anything that you think I have kind of omitted, leave them down in the comments. Obviously, there are far more things that could, you know, hold me off becoming full-time YouTuber, etc. Yeah, leave them down in the comments if you think I've missed anything glaring. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Adios. Outro crew. Look at this road, it's pretty. Also, am I an absolute idiot for even thinking about getting rid of this bike, which is functionally perfect? I don't know. I keep second guessing myself, and this is going to be an ongoing theme for a long time because I'm really bad at making up my mind. Yeah, I don't know. I'm an idiot. Also pretty. God damn, I love this road. I love this. I just love this trip. I would do it every day quite happily. Absolutely beautiful. Adios, amigos. We'll give you a bow. Bye.